All right, recording is started. And first, thank you very much for attending. What a wonderful group we have here today. And we have a special treat today because this is the drum roll. This is the opening of Habitat 48, Habitat Online. So, Aaron Shea, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I am honored to give you this monumental presentation we've been working on so hard here, celebrating all the artists in the Habitat Galleries family. And I hope you guys have had a chance to preview some of the Glass48 website with the early preview. We arranged for you guys at 11 o'clock. If not, you'll see it soon enough, and I'm going to run through a collection of work I put together for this presentation. And you'll see on the bottom of every picture, I came up with a phone number. If you see something you like, you can call the gallery or Samantha in Florida. All of them are accessing phones at any time. So that is the quick details. So without further ado, I'm going to take over the screen and try to figure this out. And hopefully I will be in business in no time. Let me click onto our presentation today. Here we go. I'm on the wrong screen. Give me 1 second to fix this problem. Never works easily because it's taking over my other screen. Let me share the other screen then. Hold on 1 second, thanks. Stop sharing. Share screen. I'm going to share this screen. You're gonna see my little boy in the bathtub. Okay, so.
Coming through great, Aaron.
Okay, great. So welcome again to Glass48. And this is our online presentation. Again, you're welcome to ask any questions anytime, and we'll go through these slides. Hopefully it'll be a little bit over an hour, but like I said, I've always looked forward to hearing your guys' thoughts about everything, because this is such a fun exhibition to be part of. As you explore the website, you're gonna see a lot of videos that were made by artists for this presentation. Welcome videos. They're gonna do artist talks. They're doing studio tours. We even got the mighty Laura Donifer to give us the first ever studio tour she's ever given ever. And you'll see it on glass48.com. Now, Hiroshi Amano did one, and you're also gonna see demonstrations. It's quite an elaborate event. And I'll let you guys explore. I won't go into it too much because I could talk about it forever. But I really want you guys to enjoy and take your time. So that's what this is all about. We wanted to give a big thanks to a lot of the artists that are participating in this event. They've all really put themselves out there, made great videos of all kinds of caliber, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy it, and I wanted to thank them personally. So what better way to start off a presentation than with a piece that is sold already? This Ellen piece you're going to see online. She made a video about this piece, and somebody inquired about her work and immediately picked this piece up. And it's a beautiful example of Shelley Allen's work. The horse, the form, the horse hair, it was stunning. And adding the video about the piece really helped.
Aaron, speak a little louder.
Oh, sorry.
We're not getting it clear.
I can definitely speak a little louder. This is definitely a beautiful, beautiful example of her work. And I really think that it definitely found a home super fast because of that. Next is another piece by Shelley Allen. This piece is After Your Robot, has her blue tones and forms. You can see the musculature in every piece she creates. Stunning. And you can see on the bottom the title information and the pricing. And if you like anything, you can take a picture with your cell phone to get back to it later, or just call or think about it. I love sharing all these works with you guys. Next, this is an exciting pair of artists out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Their names are Atak and Davids. It's a husband and wife. She's Hungarian, I believe, and he is American. And they make these cityscape pieces kind of in the Jay Musler-esque style, but they are just simply stunning. And their prices are very inexpensive, and I recommend everybody buy one now. I just absolutely love these pieces, and they're getting more and more talented every day. And I think they're going to be a big force in the future.
Are these wall pieces?
They are not. They're freestanding. You can kind of see the loop on top of the piece. Well, one of those is on the bottom. So they're just freestanding forms that act like pure sculpture.
How deep are they?
This one's about 4 inches deep. So they're 4 to 5 inches deep. and they're blown into basically like a bubble, flattened out, and then they carve all the forms afterwards. You'll see videos on Glass48 of them doing this and seeing their process and meeting them. They're very exciting young people.
Aaron, is the size on these, or am I missing it on the screen?
It's on the very bottom of the screen. You should be able to see the sizes. Do you see it? Does everybody else see it?
No.
No, we don't see the prices at all.
No.
We do.
You can see them if you make your full screen, Aaron, rather than staying on the screen yourself. So set the screen up so that only Aaron's pictures show, not any of the participants. And then you can see everything on the bottom of the screen.
So how do you do that? How do you set that up?
It's just the top right-hand side of your screen. You'll see little boxes there for, there are 1, 2, like 4 boxes.
That says speaker
It's not
view.
working, Diane. It's not working.
I
Well,
want the one
yeah, it
that says
is.
The other thing is you might have your bar, if your Zoom bar, that is your task bar, is visible, it might be covering that because it's usually at the bottom of your screen.
So how do you get rid of your taskbar?
You take your cursor and put your finger on it and you can move it up or to the side or wherever you want to put it.
No kidding. It's not doing that.
One other tip, I have a Mac, and on the top of the Mac it says View Options.
Yeah.
If you check Fit to Window, it will
I
also-
don't even see Aaron anymore.
Okay, so it's
To
a
you.
view option. What do you do?
Hit Fit to Window.
And Aaron, we just lost your screen.
Here we
are.
are.
I'm gonna jump back in. On my top right, there's a button that says Gallery View. Does anybody see that?
Yeah.
Gallery View, and that's
No.
switch the ways you look at people on my screen, at least.
Speaker view.
But in hindsight, if you guys want to know the price, I can just read it off, or the size and pricing too. I can just read it off.
Yeah,
anytime.
let's do that, Aaron, so we can
can
keep
keep
going.
going.
We do
Sure.
have instructional
This full screen.
times for this, so this is a presentation time.
Are you guys looking at the full piece right now to make sure I'm on the right screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So yes, it's this particular piece is priced at $4,900, and it's 13 by 13 by 4. So it's quite a substantial piece. I really think that you guys should really look into these artists in the future.
One more time, how much is that?
4,900. Okay. Next, we're getting into.
You just muted yourself, Aaron.
Can't hear you.
There we go. I'm back.
Aaron, you muted yourself.
How about now? Can you guys hear me? I appreciate
Yes.
it. Thank you
Yes.
for letting me know. Nothing like staring at my face. So this piece is a large William Morris installation piece. Many of you have seen this kind of work at SOFA before, or maybe in other shows. It's just a monumental exhibit or piece of his work. It's just a masterpiece, and it's priced accordingly at $950,000, and it's 99 inches tall. I personally saw this piece at SOFA Chicago a couple of years ago, and obviously it's still available, but it is a museum quality masterpiece I wanted to share with you guys. Everybody's favorite, Vivian Wang. This is a beautiful new series called City Kids, where she's making these children with American clothing, celebrating her life as a child in America. When she was a child, she really couldn't afford these clothes, but in hindsight, she really, really wanted them. And so when she started making these figures, they incorporated these clothes of the boys and girls from the era of when she was a child. She recently adjusted the prices on these pieces. This is the first time anybody has seen them. They were priced at $17,800, and she wanted to make them a little more accessible and lowered them down to $14,800. So if you're thinking about a Vivian Wang, we have a few available, and they're available via commission as well, also with the larger works that she has in the adult style, which I put my piece into Tim's presentation next week. You guys will see. Another piece.
What size was that little boy, Aaron?
At 25 inches tall, including the base. And again, this one is called Braids, and it's the same price at 14,800 and 24 inches tall.
We saw that.
German artist Michael Behrens, we all know and love. He has dabbled in C forms, and he did this body of work called the Phoenix series after surviving, well, basically his studio burnt to the ground, and he was able to create his studio, and he used materials and glass that were lost in the fire to create new works. And we had one of these in Chicago at the Prime Space that sold, and he made some new works for this show that are just stunning, completely different,
Stunning.
but Phoenix works that are available. And they're both priced at $19,800.
Also, just for your information, we have a full room, 100 people. So there's a waiting list to get into this room.
Wow,
It's
really?
the most crowded Zoom I've ever been on.
That's amazing. Alex Bernstein's new work. You guys may have seen these on social media. He made these new circular egg-like pieces. He used help to blow and then carve these pieces. They were very difficult. He has made two. This is one of them called Nest, priced at $12,000, and it's 13 inches tall by 7 by 7. And if you go to his page on Glass48, you can watch a whole presentation he had filmed about these works, and it's great. Probably some of the best we have up there. More classic work by Alex Bernstein, these beautiful gold towers. You might have seen some of his work, different series using the gold, but this is just some beautiful, beautiful work. And this one is called Oscillation, 28 inches tall and $36,000.
Osculation.
One of my favorite artists that works in wall work is Cassandra Blackmore. For those that you don't know, like, she has a great history. She worked on the X-Files TV show back in her youth, and now she has one of the best studios to work in. It's very inspiring. You can see the video live on Glass48. She makes these works with paint and hammers, and she's very, very, very in demand, and we have 3 of them available. And this one is at her studio, and whoever wants it first can get it. There are other galleries that are offering this particular piece, and she said that we could offer it too. And it's 40 by 40 in size and 19,500 retail. It is a beauty. This is Christina Bothwell's new work, heavily inspired by her daughter. Someone took a picture of her daughter in gymnastics class doing a flip, and her hair touched the ground. And this inspired this brand new piece that is at her studio called Jump. It's 25 inches tall, priced at $14,000. And she put a great video up on Glass48 about this work. People often ask her if she uses stencils for her work, and she does not. Everything is free drawn on the pieces, and it's just a fun, peaceful piece. Her second piece, Safe Haven, also available, $22,000. It's called, it's 22 inches tall. A beautiful example of her work, very peaceful, inspired by a deer that she saw in her backyard. And again, more videos on that work at her on glass48.com. I really love that site because it has so much great content about every piece. This is Peter Botos. He made these beautiful
There are 100 people.
geometric works, and they are they're not the cheapest things, but they are stunning. And they are at his studio in, I think he's in the Czech Republic. He's in Hungary. He's Hungarian. And he made some videos about the works that you guys can look at. I would recommend turning the volume way down because the sound effects are a little torturous, but the works are absolutely stunning, and you can see more of that on Glass48. Tim, look at this one. This is Tim and Michael Janis's new work, inspired by, this particular one is inspired by different novels from the past. He's put videos up on this, about this work on the site, and it is a new body of work that him and Michael are working on, and it is very, very fun. It's priced at $19,500 for those who can't see it, and it's 42 inches tall and 42 inches wide and is wall mounted. He'll make you guess about every single piece and what they mean, but I think they're just very fun. I incorporated the other piece that also, which includes other visuals of Tim and Michael put together for this piece, and it's priced the same and the same size at $19,500. An amazing artist who's on with us today, Lachazar Boyajev. It's a beautiful piece called Torso 5. I personally picked up one of these works a couple years ago from Lachazar after a piece didn't sell at SOFA. And both my wife Sarah and I fell in love with it. And he is an unbelievably talented artist, and many of you have his work. And he has a great presentation available on Glass48. This particular piece is 31 inches tall, priced at $30,000, and it's called Torso 5. I just latches work too. I've seen some. This is Peter Bremers. We all know Peter. He is one of the best artists we represent. He's extremely talented. He works in these different veils of glass, giving these beautiful appearance for his works. This particular one is called Matters of the Heart, and it's priced at $44,500, and it's almost 39 inches tall. And there's nothing more I can say about Peter, but he's a class act. He makes beautiful things, and he's great with commissions as well. If you have a space of any size, he's a great person to talk to. Another amazing artist. This is some amazing work from Lucio Babacco. So Lucio's been trapped, obviously, in Murano, and he's been creating work like you wouldn't believe. And I talk to Lucio almost every day, and we contact each other through Facebook, believe it or not. And he made this stunning piece, beautiful figures. This one is in Italian, but I'll try my best Italian language, Serene Oesi, and it's 27 and 3/4 tall, and it's priced at $14,000. And the next piece I want to show you is his masterpiece he just put together. Inspired by what's going on in the world, this piece is called Vaccine of Hope. And this is a museum quality piece featuring 3 different parts, which is the 2 chalices on the side and the centerpiece, multiple figures, heavily inspired by what's going on today. And this piece is simply stunning, has so many figures incorporated in it, and it's priced at $35,000. And it's 27 3/4 tall by 31.5 wide. And this is a studio, and someday it will find a home, but it is just a masterpiece.
Can anybody help me? I've lost Aaron. I've got Paul on my screen. Hi, Paul. But I don't have the images of the artwork anymore.
Anybody know? Can you scroll up to other pictures and screens?
I don't know. I don't know why I have Paul. Nice to see you, but all right, I'll keep working on it.
Okay. Next, many of you saw this work of Jennifer Caldwell and Jason Travackerty we had at the Prime Space in Chicago. These are very, very fun pieces about nature, and he incorporates these bees and these honeycombs, and they can expand onto any wall you have in your home. If you really enjoy, a visually pleasing experience, lots of color, lots of animals, lots of different, parts of life. Bees are a very important part of life, and they have other bodies of work, but this is one of my favorites, especially because it can go almost anywhere and cover almost anything. This one is priced variously depending on how big it is, but it's called Bee Climb.
So how big are the cells in the bees?
The cells, they're probably about 10 inches wide by 10 inches deep, and they're probably 3 to 3 inches, so maybe 4. So they obviously can be assembled together, but when I saw them do it in Chicago, they were slightly apart to give the feeling of space between each presentation.
What is Aaron, is there a price on that?
So I don't know. You have to check back with me because they wrote me an email with all kinds of pricing, and I haven't had a chance to figure out what it means. But I believe the single pieces are under $1,000, and as you add more pieces to it, the prices go up, obviously. So
Very interesting.
check back with me anytime, and if you have a price in mind, I'd love to connect you and Jason and Jennifer to put together an idea. But they're very.
Again, the size?
I think they're about 11 inches tall by 11 inches wide, give or take.
You mean as shown here on the screen?
Oh, so I mean, it's probably about a 24 to 26 inch presentation vertically.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
And I'll get you an idea of sizing. Everybody loves Deanna Clayton. She makes these beautiful works. I'm a huge fan of her vessel forms. We sell them quite often. This one is called Crest Vestal. It's 7 inches tall by 20 by 20. and is priced at $8,000. We do commissions with her all the time. These are great centerpieces. They just illuminate so well with light, and I love her work. So she also does the figurative works that are on our website as well, which is a different body, and you can check those out at Glass48. This is another one that I really love, Fire and Ice. This one's 12 by 14 by 8 and priced at $6,400. Another vessel form, beautiful colors. Amber Cohen, people know her work. She's made some beautiful wall installations. She has work at Corning Museum of Art. We have 3 of these, all different sizes at the gallery. I think there's 2 large and 1 small. Periwinkle triple bloom, and this one is 19.5 inches tall and wide and priced at $12,000. This is a wall-mounted piece. And we also have one in white. And I just love her and love her work. She put together, I think, some videos as well, so feel free to check her out. Everybody's favorite Laura Donifer. We rarely have work available. We have 2 of them available at the moment, as far as I know, as of when I started this conversation. She gave us her, like I said, she gave us our very first studio tour on glass48.com. So this is something, it's worth checking out. I don't know how long she'll let me keep it up, but you get to explore her whole space up in Canada and really get a feel of her and her work. And I got a detailed shot of this piece as well. This one is called Rainbow Amulet Basket. It's 13 inches tall and priced at $12,000. Janusz Walentinowicz, playful piece. He likes to explore lots of visual positivity in glass. And this one is just a fun elephant with a ball. It's 20 and a half inches tall by 23 inches wide, and it's priced at $30,000. And this is a freestanding sculpture. Georgie Gasper, a lot of our clients went to see and visit the studio when we were on our trip to Europe last year. I got a chance to visit his studio. I see him on social media all the time. He makes some beautifully created next level pieces out of glass. That's entirely glass. And we have another piece in pink on glass48.com. This piece is 17.75 inches tall, 17 inches wide, and it's priced at $15,500, and it's called Elevator. I'd love for you guys to see this work. I'm looking forward to showing more of this artist in the future. Bohemond Elias Jr. I love Bohemond Elias Jr.'s work. I see it in museums. I see it on display, and it's just a work of such substance. His father was a glass artist. Many of you know. We had him and his son in our prime space in Sarasota, Florida. They are just absolutely stunning, well done works. It has such a fine appeal to him. I'm sure many of you have seen these works in person. The prices are very reasonable. This one's priced at $10,500, and it's almost 20 inches tall and wide. And this piece is called Touches the World. This is a new artist I'm learning more about. His name is Philip Frank. He is, I believe, he works with Karen Lamont and Karen Lamont's studio. And they had an exhibition of his work down in Florida. I think they had some at the Imagine Museum. And someone to keep your eye on for the future, very creative and very deep castings of glass. This one is called Substantial Growth 2. It's about 13 inches tall, 13 inches wide, and priced at $8,500. We all know our friend Wilfried Grutens out of Germany. He usually does the cube works that we've seen for the past, I don't know, maybe 10 years. And he's doing these wall pieces now that are about 4 panes of glass deep and are all hand painted. They are quite stunning, and I really, really enjoy them. I'm looking forward to seeing more. He sent me some more recently, if you like this style of work. It's 40 by 40, and it's about $15,000. But I think they're a great addition to what he's currently making. So Josh Hirschman worked really, really hard to put together a presentation for everybody on glass48.com. So he has some amazing videos talking about him and his work. He gave us a studio tour, and this is his masterpiece. This is a beautiful cast glass sculpture in his own idiom of the cameras, which he's well known for, and it's done extremely well. This piece is actually at the gallery. We have it on display for our upcoming exhibition that we're going to open once our state opens and once we're set up. But it is an absolutely stunning piece, museum quality, and I'm I gotta give him quite the amount of applause for this work. It's called Persistence of Vision. It's 24.5 inches wide altogether, and is priced at $24,000, which I think is a steal. I really love this work, and I think he's working really, really hard and really, really well. Artist Peter Hora. We've been representing Peter Hora for well over 30 years, and there's nobody better at casting glass in his style and forms. The purity of his glass, the colors he uses, they are absolutely amazing. We had a show of his many of you saw in the Hampson Gallery in St. Petersburg, Florida. We sold a lot of work from our collection, or from his collection in Sarasota, and it's just so perfect and so refined. He definitely needs to be a part of every glass collection, and we have more of his work available at the gallery. This particular piece is called Green Domos. It's, I don't have the dimensions on it, but I think it's a little over 20 inches tall, and it's priced at $19,000. David Hutchhausen. Everybody knows David. He's an amazing artist. He's been around forever. He's always pushing the limits of what he creates. This particular piece is called Bumble Chamber, and he usually uses an engine hoist to move his heavy glass around his studio. And he is so meticulous with carving and polishing to get exactly what he wants. This particular piece is basically a cubic foot. It's 11 by 12 by 13, and priced at $50,000. And you will see on Glass48, he had another piece available that we just sold from the website. So he should be excited. Joe Ivacek, he is an artist from Illinois. He's up and coming. He's probably in his early 40s. He came from the world of spray paint and street art, and he discovered glass. This particular piece is a basketball hoop with a back board that's made entirely of glass. He's very cutting edge, and we're really excited to be having him in this exhibition. This piece is called You Name the Place, and it's 37 by 24 by 18, and it's priced at $9,500. Martin Yanetsky, we have been representing him for years now, and he is working and living back in his hometown of the Czech Republic, or the Czech Republic. He is an amazing artist. Many of you know his work. He blows and forms the faces of these work from the inside of the glass, and he is unbelievably talented. And he sent us 2 works for this exhibition. This one is called Bust. There's another one called The Thinker, and they are priced pretty reasonably. This is priced at $16,000, but the size of this piece is immense. It's 22 inches tall, 26 inches wide, 24 inches deep. And he is just an unbelievable talent, and he's only going to get more exciting from here. Artist Michael Janis sent this piece to me a couple days ago, and I was super excited about it. This is his piece called Current State. It's a wall mounted piece. You will see on social media, Harlan Fisher and Olivia Fisher just installed a piece of his behind their closet in their home. And when you open the closet door, you can see the piece. It's absolutely stunning. This piece is quite substantial. It's 60 inches tall, and it is quite a beauty, and I'm in love with it. It's priced at $30,000, and it's available at the gallery.
Actually, that was Mary Lee who did that.
Oh, right. Mary Lee. That's right. Thank you for correcting me. Oh, Harvey Littleton. So magically, we came up with 3 Littletons that are available during Glass International this year for Habatat Direct. This particular one is called Gripped. It's from 1979 and was purchased from the artist from Habatat back in 1979. And the client is slowly deaccessioning his pieces. And this is one of them. And it's a very unique Harvey Littleton. It has a glass centerpiece. It also has a metal centerpiece that comes with it that goes in the center, should you like the metal better, but the glass is where it's at in my book. It's 30 inches wide, priced at $40,000. A very unique Littleton. You'll see 2 more on Glass48. Don Miller from, I think he's in Chicago, or a suburb of Chicago in Illinois. He went to town this year. He decided that he wanted to make a beautiful, elaborate key installation called Do Not Duplicate. And he spent a lot of time creating this work, putting the keys together, making videos and shots of him working on it, which you can see on Glass48. And it's just a stunning example of his talent and work. And it's priced at $80,000, and it's 84 inches wide. It is a beauty.
let me correct your location.
Sure.
John Miller is in Bloomington, Illinois, which is not a suburb of Chicago. John is the professor of glass at Illinois State University.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Artist Kathleen Mulcahy created this beautiful wall work with these drops in her studio. It is 48 inches wide, 36 inches deep. And she told me the story recently about herself, about her inspiration when she was kayaking years ago. A storm came out of nowhere and a sheet of glass or a sheet of water came out of nowhere from a wave, flew towards her, and she ducked and covered. And then afterwards, it went, everything was fine, and she was able to continue on kayaking. Well, she woke up a couple months later and had that dream about the sheet of glass, and it gave her this inspiration for this work. You've seen this body of work before. These pieces are just stunning, and they come in different colors. This particular one is available at the gallery, and it's priced at $26,000, and it's 48 inches tall. Artist Sungwon Park, Korean, made this beautiful figure leaning against a post. We had one of these at our show last year and sold it, a similar piece. I believe these are editions, like he creates maybe 6 of them in this style, which allows the price to become so low because this piece is priced at $12,000. It's 34 inches tall, so it's quite substantial. And the title of it is very well done, which is Man Leaning Against a Post. Lamppost. These are very fun. This is Jenny Pullman and Sabrina Knowles out of Seattle. They did 2 tapestries for us. This one's called In the Light Winter Tapestry, and you can kind of tell how these works work with all these pieces hanging off the chains. If you've seen one of these in person, they're very, very fun to explore. And they made this one, which is 59 inches wide, priced at $32,000. It's called In the Light Winter Tapestry. And they created a smaller tapestry called a Fragment, which is 30 inches wide and priced at $14,000. And I think that's a very reasonable price for this work. I just love these. These take up such a great presence in any collection. We all know Tutsinski. This is a beautiful example of her work. If you love the color green, it's 24 inches wide, priced at $32,000. And she recently put a video online, or a different gallery did of her process, and it's amazing to see what she can do. And these pieces take longer to create than I've ever thought, and she's very meticulous on how each wave looks and comes to form. And many of you have her work in your collections, and it's quite a prize to have. And we have a couple at the gallery. And this one's priced at $32,000 if I didn't say that already. Robin and Julia Rogers gave a talk at the last AACG Zoom meeting, and they were talking about this piece called Cavern of Solitude, and many of you saw that at the last meeting. And this piece is actually at the gallery. It made it in despite what was going on in the world, and it's such an amazing piece to explore and see the bust on the outside and the kayaking figure on the inside. There's so much intrigue about this piece when you see it in person. It's 19 inches tall and priced at $8,000. Marlena Rose, she does these sand cast works. They're very, very beautiful, especially when they're backlit. She is all over social media, all over your newsletters. If you sign up for her newsletter, you know how much she keeps in touch. This is her newest series, the Talking Head series, priced at $15,900. They're just very peaceful works and stunning in person. Our friend Richard Royal, we have some of his work on glass48.com. This red one is just simply striking. This piece was at SOFA Chicago. We had a chance to show it off there, and I'm eager to show it off again in the future. I really enjoy Richard's work, especially when it's substantial, but when he plays with color, he really likes to explore how the visualization he has when he places all these pieces. This piece is called Red Zeal 2. It's 34 inches high and priced at $32,000. Artist Raven Skyriver is obviously a master of the material. He creates beautiful sea-like creatures. And one of my favorite things to do is to just Google his name and look at his artwork. You see crabs, you see clams, you see fish, you see seals. It goes on and on and on. And he's really well known for his turtles. I saw him make one at a gas conference a couple years ago. Can't remember where it was, but it was just a monumental effort to create something so beautiful and so lifelike. A couple years ago,
it was at Corning, Aaron, and his gaffer was Martin Yaneski.
Right, that's right. I was sitting next to Shelley Allen in the crowd when it was going on. So thank you, Marilee, for telling me. So he's well known, obviously, for his form, but this sea turtle is one of his masterpieces. A couple years ago, he created a large shark called Apex, which was, I don't know, 50 inches wide. And a client of mine called me and wanted it, but it was mounted on a stand like this piece. And so she wanted it mounted to the wall. And the reason was she just went swimming with sharks a couple months ago and wanted to relive that experience with the piece in her home. And so Raven got it mounted to the wall and went down and installed it in California. But I love Raven's work. Paul Stankard. He is, everybody knows Paul. You got to go to Glass48 and watch his studio tour. He made a special video for us on glass48.com, and you get to see his entire workspace and get a glimpse into the life of Paul Stankard. We have 2 pieces in the show. One has already sold, but he's just an unbelievable talent, and I always love talking to Paul. He's always in a great mood, and he always acts like I always tell people he looks just like Santa Claus. Lucy Lyon's work. People have seen her at our exhibitions over the last few years. Her cast figures are unbelievable. She is unbelievably talented. This particular one's called The Storyteller, and it's kind of a throwback to her library series that a lot of people own from her earlier era of creating artworks. There's another piece online called The Student, which did sell, which is also a throwback to that series. And this one is a substantial piece. It's 24 inches tall, 18 inches deep, or 18 inches wide, 16.5 inches deep, and priced at $34,000. This is one I kind of threw in for fun. Michael Glancy creates some beautiful things. And I was in touch with him recently, and he sent me an image of this piece, which is available as of today. And it's called the Proof, the Alchemist Transmutation. And obviously he is an unbelievable artist, creates such amazing things. And this particular piece is another great example of his process, his electroplating, his gold plating. It's just a stunning example of his work. It's 7 inches tall, 15.5 inches wide and deep, and it's priced at $57,000. This piece is not on Glass48. It's just something I found and threw into this presentation just for you guys to see something different and someone who has a great name and creates beautiful things. Maybe you guys can help me with this. I think it's pronounced Stephanie Trenchard. Is that right? Anybody confirm? All right, thank you guys.
Confirmed.
Thank you. This is the first time we've shown her work at Habatat that I can remember since I've been around. I know she's a favorite to a lot of people, and I love the forms and colors she makes with her artwork. This particular piece is sold individually. They're priced at $5,000 each of Women on the Precipice. And they are just beautiful. And you can see them on Glass48. You can see you can kind of see now, but on the back, there's different displays of design and color on the back of every piece. And she is a very fun one. I'm looking forward to working with her more in the future. This is Katrina.
What's the size on that last one?
Size is, they're 19 inches tall. So they're quite substantial. This work is Katrina Weintraub, and this is her newest bunny series which are very fun. We had some of these in our show in Chicago, and we had some in Florida, and we're going to get more in the future. We just love them. They're very playful pieces. This one, I think, is about maybe 18 inches tall or 17 inches tall, and it's priced at $3,200. And she's another one to really keep your eye on for the future, as we feel that she is unbelievably talented and she creates such beautiful things. And there are 3 of these available on Glass48, along with a video that she created personally that you guys can go explore and learn more about her. And then it looks like I'm wrapping up my presentation here. It goes real fast when no one's talking to me at the same time, which is great. This is Richard Whiteley, and we just had an exhibition of his at the Hampson Gallery in Florida. He is an amazing artist working in substantially large cast objects. And if you've seen his work in person, they really leave an impression on you. His body of work, he has 2 bodies of work that we're basically showing, and one is about kind of the human anatomy forms, and this particular one, which is about mostly the visual experience you have with glass. And you'll be able to see more of his work at Habatat, the Glass48 website, and I think there's more of them on hampsongallery.com. So I wanted to thank you guys for enjoying my presentation. I really do hope you guys have a chance to visit Glass48.
Aaron, excuse me, how much was the Whitley?
The Whiteley was priced at,
Whiteley?
it was $24,000.
And the size?
It's 30 and 3/4 tall by 20 and a half wide by 7 feet.
How much does it weigh?
It weighs a lot. I had to help pack these up in Florida. I think it probably weighs about 120 pounds.
About 120 pounds.
Yeah, thank you, Corey. About 120 pounds. And so they are quite substantial works. And like them, you should see the rest of them on our website. Well, thank you guys.
This is amazing.
You started with the Shelley horse at the beginning, and it was sold. How much did that sell for?
Sure, let me scroll back to it. I believe it was, which I guessed right, 18,500.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A question for you, Aaron. Can you take us to the website and show people how to find things on the website?
Absolutely. Give me 1 second to adjust my screen here.
And while you're doing that, I will mention that next week we have Tim Tate showing collectors' favorite commissions. And if you have not submitted your favorite commission to Tim Tate, you may do so, because that'll be our presentation next week.
Okay, can you guys?
And artists are allowed to put their favorite commission up too if they want.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you guys see the Glass48 screen on?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is glass48.com, and it's just hosted on glass48.com. Many of you have links in your emails to it, and there'll be links from habatat.com. And you'll have an opportunity here to see our introduction, to see our introduction video, which was basically done by ACG in 2012, along with an introduction by Ferdinand Hampson. There's a slideshow introduction, which many of you have seen already, a memorandum page for those of us who've passed, along with sponsors and friends. But this gives you an experience to see a lot of the works on the front page by each individual artist. There is a lot to explore and see, but you could spend a lot of time with one artist and really explore their artwork and watch their videos and learn more.
Robert Bender.
Yeah, Robert Bender, Christina Rockwell's husband. Beautiful examples of their work, multiple examples right on the front page. And each artist is unbelievably talented. So please do explore the site, have a lot of fun with it. I'd play a video for you, I can try to do, but I think the audio gets kind of screwy when you watch a video through Zoom. But they're all hosted right there.
And we can't hear sound. I had trouble with this recently when I thought you could play videos on Zoom and hear the sound, because I've seen that happen before, but it didn't work for me the last time.
So exactly, that's what I figured would happen too after experiencing it with you. But
thanks.
We can watch their videos there, and there is a lot of artwork to really check out and find out what your favorite artists are working on. They're going to be posting these links on social media, so make sure to compliment them on what you really like and enjoy. There's a yellow, someone's drawing on the screen. Who's doing
Someone
that?
is drawing on the screen. Stop it. Who? I don't know. You know, that's happened before, and I don't know how to get it off. Does anyone know how to get it off when someone's doing that?
Someone's annotating.
Yeah, there's a whiteboard. You might be able to disable the whiteboard.
I got it. I cleared all drawings. There we go.
Fabulous. Thank you. Where did you do that?
On the bar on top where you can start interacting with stuff.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Able to click on anecdote and remove it. So anyway, I'm just kind of perusing down, and you can see like there's multiple images of pieces. Here's Lucio's masterpiece, and you can see that there's multiple images of it. In this particular piece, you can see now there's a installation part on the ground that goes with the piece as a bonus that Lucio told me about. And you can kind of see how talented this man is and explore more and more and more of his work. He also created these beautiful masks that you'll see on glass48.com as well. So there's lots more to see than what I've shown you today. I really would love for everybody to give me their feedback and just an idea of what this experience is like and pointers for the future in case we continue doing this thing in the future. Habitat Direct was new for 2020, obviously because of circumstances, but it turned out like an amazing presentation, and so many of the artists really kicked in with their efforts to make their videos and get work ready, even though they couldn't show it personally. So you can come and explore, and that's what I want you to do. I appreciate your guys' time, and if you have any questions, let me know.
Aaron, how long is Glass48 going to be up on the web?
So it's going to be up for 3 months, and then what's happening during that 3-month period is the artists themselves have access to Glass48. So they're able to modify and add artwork as they complete things and put them up. So it's worth checking back in the future because the artists might add more things or more video contents. After 3 months, it's going to stay up, but it will no longer be modified. It'll be static after that.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Can I answer your question?
Our name says Liana and Jake, but that's not who we are. We're Krana and David.
Gotcha. So
somehow or other, they got the wrong name up there. It's not your fault. I don't know why it's there.
Gotcha. So has anybody had a chance to look at Glass48 yet?
Aaron, yes. Aaron, where are the prices? The prices are not online. Do we have to contact you to find out the cost of the pieces?
Correct. The prices are not online, so you're welcome to contact me. You can contact the gallery. I have Regina and Debbie working the gallery right now. And then also Samantha is available if those lines are all busy, which could be the case. So everything is a price, and I send you prices anytime.
I have an observation and a comment.
Sure.
I've looked at this work. It's astonishing to me. Look at the variety and the exceptional nature of it. So if anybody has friends that would enjoy this and would enjoy the meetups that we're having, which are terrific, or if if you're a member of an art gallery and you wanted to buy a membership for some important person in that art gallery, I mean, this is a really unusual, sad time, but I can't imagine anyone who loves art not getting a lot out of looking at this work. So please think out of the box and bring us in some more members and expose this amazing repertoire to other people you know, please.
I will mention that we were at capacity today. We had 100 people on for most of this presentation. So congratulations, Aaron. You hit the jackpot today, the AACG jackpot.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Great job, yeah.
And like I said, I'm available for any other questions, and the artists are around too, and there's a lot to explore, and appreciate your time and your ability to explore glass art from the safety of your own home.
Aaron, I got a question. On the front of one of the slideshow, you had a piece that was like of a bust of a head that was yellowish.
Oh, really?
Can you tell us a little more about it?
Yeah, let me
bust of a head that was yellowish.
I remember it.
Let me see if I can remember.
Martin Janicki?
Was it Dean Allison?
No.
Martin Janicki?
No, I
You
think
just-
it was Ann Wolf.
Ann Wolf? No.
Maybe. It's a casting. It's a check casting.
It was a casting.
The elongated face.
It was
Yeah.
Levinsky.
That's
yellow.
Levinsky.
Yes,
Yeah.
Levinsky.
Oh, it's
Uh,
Levinsky.
Oh, was it Levinsky? Okay.
Head one?
Was this it right
That
here?
one,
Yes,
yes.
that one.
So this is available. This is Head One from Levinsky, a historic work by the artist. Many people in museums have these in their collections. I know the Imagine Museum has a red one. Ferdinand Hampson also has a red one in his personal collection. They are very historic works, very in demand, and this one is available on the secondary market. If anybody's interested in this piece, you can let me know. I have multiple images of it on my computer I could send to you. It's priced accordingly. It's priced at $49,600, I believe, because of the color and the rarity. But you know, if you're thinking about it seriously, contact me. I can always work with you as best I can.
Thanks, Aaron.
No problem. Any other questions I can answer for you guys?
Aaron, are these pieces in your gallery?
That's a very good question. The answer is kind of. So with coronavirus, a lot of the artists couldn't ship the works to us because they stopped all shipping across the seas. They stopped shipping in America. People kind of went into a freeze. So the answer is some are and some are with the artists. The Shelley Allen piece you saw at the beginning of the show is actually with Shelley in her studio. And since it's sold, it's going directly from the studio to the client's home in Florida. So it's an interesting way of offering work directly from artist studios. But if the artists are able to work with us and create content from that kind of way of working, I'm more than happy to do that. If you guys see something and you want more photos, I'm happy to contact the artist. If I have it myself, I'll be happy to do it myself.
That's great, thank you.
I just took your power away.
Sounds good.
Aaron, so we could see each other for a minute and spend just a minute talking. I'd love to know how everyone is, and I'd love to know, you can unmute yourself, and I'd also love to know if there's anything else we could do on these meetups for you all. Since we're at capacity, we must be doing something right. And Aaron, thank you.
Lift the capacity. Lift the capacity.
Does anybody want to talk about where they are? I see Corey here, straight from Florida. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Corey.
Hi, everybody.
And look at that. J.G. Harrington has a brand new piece in his gallery, I see.
Well, you know, the virtual backgrounds are great, and we wouldn't have space for this piece in our house. So.
You've knocked out a back wall and put in a Chihuly boat. That's great.
I'd say it's about 20 feet, 25 feet across, and that would be like our entire living room, dining room.
That's wonderful. Tim, you want to give a promo about next week?
Yeah, Neil Spiro had mentioned that when we did the last one, which was the piece that gave us the most joy while in isolation, that he would love to also see if there's a way we could cut through some of all this collection. So if you look at the collections of all the members of the AACG, it's one of the greatest collections on earth of glass. So what we're doing is just curating different ways of sharing those collections with each other. And next week, we're going to focus on what was your best collaboration that you had, your best commission, excuse me, your best commission you made with an artist. So everybody's got some good stories with how the commission went and what piece they got. And so we have we have 20 some already, but please, if you want to participate, figure out what your best collaboration or your commission piece is, and we'll be more than happy to include it. And if you're an artist, please, if you have a commission that went great, give me that too. We're going to let artists in on this one, so let's go for it.
Hey, Tim, who was that snarly looking guy next to you?
He's just a help. We pay no attention to him.
Hey, Tim, you want to get to your email address?
Email address, Tim. It's Tim.
Oh, you can send those images to, You can send them to timtakeglass at AOL.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's a good one. I want to see what Susan Sanders has on today. Are you dressed up? You are. You have a little hat on. Nice to see you. You're staying safe. You're one of the 2 people in Brooklyn that are safe, right?
I was thinking of Susan when I saw the
Very
Stephanie Trenchard pieces.
You thought of Susan when you saw the Stephanie Trenchard pieces?
Right, I think
Love those. Love
dress
those.
up and then get a whole bunch of those made. Fred, are you listening?
What?
What? Don't give me
What was
that.
that?
Didn't hear that.
I didn't hear it.
Susan, you need to dress up in various outfits and have Stephanie Trenchard do a piece of glass for each one of them, and Fred ought to pay for it.
No, we could do it. We could do a commission.
There you go.
Good. And Debbie Tarsitano, nice to see you. It's really just wonderful to see everybody's face. I wanted to do that for a second. I've missed that on these events. Whoops.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie Cassitano,
Great to
neighbor.
see everybody. This is wonderful. Thank you, Marilee, so much.
You
I
know,
look
it's
forward to this every week.
do you? I have so much fun doing this, and it's like, well, North Carolina opened up the 5th of May, which is this week, but other than we did order out last night to be delivered in, we haven't ventured out, so it's good to see people. Well, I'm going to end this then if we're finished, and I want to thank everybody so much for coming. Again, we had to hit a record today at our 100 capacity, so next week, same time, Tim Tate, your favorite commission. So
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.